Hey folks, Vortex here and welcome to my review of the Tangzu XuanNv, if that's a correct pronunciation. And yeah, dual dynamic driver per side. Obviously you can see this is from Hawaii Bad Boy, to one of his collabs. And yeah, as usual, full disclaimers, I'd like to thank Linsol for sending this over to try, so thank you very much. I was not paid to this video, nor thoughts and opinions are my own, and yeah, as this is a dual DD set, it looks quite cool, so I have no idea what this is like, so yeah. Let's just get into it. So let's see what we get. But obviously the usual kind of Tangzu image. Obviously there's a model. I think it's XuanNv. I maybe said that wrng, but dual DD in-ear monitors. Obviously it's a Hawaii Bad Boy collab. Think less, listen more. Obviously there's some specs on the back. So the impedance is quite low, but sensitivity is also kind of on the lower side. So we'll have to see what that's like. 2-pin 0.78, 1.2 meters. 4-body oxygen free, obviously copper cable, bunch of links. Yeah, see what this is like. Give it a bit of a shake. Here we go. Oh, these are quite nice. So let's lift this up. So you can easily see the dual DDs. I like that. These look really nice. Again, 2-pin as well. Quite a nice setup there. Yeah, that looked really good. Okay, bunch of tips there. I'll see what they're like. Obviously from here you can tell these are much wider bore compared to those, so I'll see what those are like. Case and cable. See what this is like. Okay, so it's kind of a pouch with the brand on Tangzu just there, and here's the cable. Nothing else in the box. Obviously I'll have a good look when I review it, but yeah, 3.5. It seems okay, seems familiar. I think I've seen this before somewhere. And yeah, so yeah, I'll see you in the future. So welcome to my review section, the Tangzu XuanNv, if that's the correct pronunciation. And yeah, so this is what it looks like with the cable to start from here. So quite a nice cable. It's very soft. Feels a little bit rubbery, but it's actually a very good cable, very flexible. And at least by the actual earphones themselves, it's quite thin, very soft. So yeah, not a problem. This is what they look like, obviously fitted. I've seen this kind of connection before. It does look familiar, but yeah, seems a pretty good. I like the cable, and that's what that look like. Let's just take this off. There's also a chin slider here by my finger, if you need to use that. Obviously, as well, in the previous clip you saw the tips. Just use whatever suits you. And yes, let's talk about like the aesthetics and kind of build quality. You can see these things look really nice. Dual DDs, you can see they're kind of connected there. Yeah, really nice build quality as well, from what I could tell. There's some sort of vents, a couple of vents there as well. Obviously 2-pin. Just take this off so you can have a look. That's what it looks like. Yeah, so very good. Fit on these is actually okay. At least the nozzle length, see there, is actually long enough. So it's actually usable. Sometimes they have really short nozzles and you can't use them at all, which is kind of an oversight, at least for the Western market or something like that. Let's move these tips out of the way. So power sensitivity, I had no issues powering these at all. No problem at all, really. I mean, I don't think you need anything special. Obviously they're not like planars, which is a bit more, they normally need a bit more juice, but yet these are fine. Again, you can see the DDs. I like the design. I think it looks pretty cool. You can see some fingerprints, but it's not too bad because it's not black or anything like that. So technicalities on this set, I thought it was actually pretty good. It handled electronic music quite well, from what I could gather. Not like a planar because that's faster, but for I had no issues with electronic music wise. Anything like higher BPM, it took it all its stride. Same for anything with like a lot of complex, like heavy metal. It seems to take that without any real issues, really. So timbre on this set. So timbre on this set is okay. I've tried better. Again, this is a dual DD set. Maybe a single DD set might be better for that, but I've heard better. Sometimes it feels unnatural, well, sounds unnatural, which I'll talk about when I get to it. Stage on this set was okay as well, and imaging was okay with that, but obviously I'll talk about some of that in a bit. And yeah, so I'll just put the graph up now, so you can have a look. Now, bass on this set is, these are not a bassy set. There's enough there, so the initial slam is actually pretty good. Again, my test is normally electronic to see what it's like in faster paced music, shall we say. It's actually fine. I prefer more of a hit, my preference, but this is a kind of middle ground, fairly safe. But again, these aren't tuned to what I expected. I was expecting more low end because it's a Hawaii Bad Boy collab. But it is what it is. Again, you can always try EQ if you really want to, but as these are, I always try them with no EQ attached at all. So this is an out of the box experience, and a normal person buys it, this is probably more of a, what it would actually sound like. Obviously, you can always EQ if you know what we're doing. But anyway, bass they're not really that bassy really, and that's pretty much it. There's enough slam to keep you happy, but I prefer more personally. So onto the mid-range, I thought these were okay. Now mine have a little bit of an imbalance, but I'll talk about that when I get to it, mainly in the treble section. But mid-range is actually okay. It is forward enough. As you can see, the gain is gradual. I like that. Female vocals on this set are pretty good. Sometimes they are a bit too much, but we'll get to that in a bit. Male vocals on this set seem okay, and the mid-range I think is actually pretty solid on this set. No real issues at all. Now treble. Now my set, you can see there's a bit of an imbalance going on. Now I've checked somebody's graph just before I just started recording, and they don't have that, so it might just be my set. But like when I said imaging before, so one thing I notice, especially with this, is anybody speaking, especially higher, their voice is obviously of a higher frequency, is it always shifted a little bit to the left. Now you can see the left unit is slightly brighter than the right. So for my unit, so a lot of things are slightly shifted to the left, if you know what I mean, like if you haven't got something balanced centrally. But apart from that, I found this set to be a bit bright. So on normal volume, I did notice it when you turn it up, it gets really, I found it kind of sharp really, to be honest, which is probably that 3 to like 4.5 kind of area. It's kind of like it's kind of a point as well if you check other people's graphs. Now I found this fatiguing before I even graphed these. I thought this something doesn't sound quite right, so I found this quite sharp. But obviously it depends on what your genre is. But apart from that, the treble was actually okay. That's the only bad part, is the imbalance and that sharp point. It does seem to have pretty good extension for dual DD set. It's a detailed set. It's not like the 7 Hz Iora I did before this. That was different. But I did find this a bright on the brighter side compared to what I was expecting from a high bad boy. I was expecting more low end and probably a smoother treble, but this is backwards. But on the set, it does sound high quality, but it's not tuned to how I like it, to be honest. I think that's pretty much it. So, conclusion, what do I think overall? This set is personally not for me, and I do have a little bit of an imbalance on the unit that I got sent. It all depends on you're kind of listening, but I prefer, like I said, a bit more low end going on and a smoother treble. Mid-range, I'm very happy with it, and my set has a bit of imbalance, but it could just be my unit I received. I could see if you got a good set, you might like it. Again, it depends if you're after a leaner, slightly brighter kind of tuning compared to like the bass shoe ones is normally done. So like before this, the Hades is extremely different to these. I think these are supposed to come at the same time as the Hades, and these got delayed. Again, like that means he was going to offer at the same time, two different tunings. Obviously you pick what you want. That's it really. I wasn't too keen on this set, but other people may like that. It all depends on, you know, your style, what the music you do like. It's just this set, unfortunately, is not for me, which is a bit of a shame because these look. I like the build quality, the aesthetics. The tips are all good. The cable's pretty good, easy to drive. Say they look great. Just the tuning is just not personally for me. And I think that's pretty much it. If you think I missed anything, please do let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Take care, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.